My name's Hamza Shaikh and you're watching me on DESIblitz.com.
DESIblitz.com.
Thank you for being with us here today, Hamza. Could you start off by telling us a little bit about your career to date and a little bit about how you started in sport, please?
So for me, I think the main thing was when I was pretty much about 4 years old when my dad used to play a bit of cricket. So he basically just bought like a cricket bat and had some balls just for me to have a play about with. And then since then, I think just the love of the sport, I think just came into me. Always wanted to train, always wanted to just hit balls, and I think gradually just went up from there. Yeah, so I think from then it was, I got into adult cricket at like 11, 12 I think, and county age I was playing about from when I was about 9, 10 years. So had a lot of years in county age group cricket till about only a couple of years ago where I signed my first professional contract with Warwickshire, and obviously that was amazing for my family and for myself. I think just to get that, I think just a lot of hard work has come out, and just to receive that contract at such a young age, I think it was just amazing. And then after that, I just been with Warwickshire for, this is my 3rd year running, and went on to play for England under-19s, played one home series against Australia and one away in India, and then obviously the World Cup, which was an unbelievable experience. There's just a lot of learning from it, a lot of talent round from different countries to watch out for, but on the whole, it was unbelievable. And then now I'm ready for the county season over here. Just hoping for the weather to be all right.
Was sport, and specifically cricket, was that something that your parents pushed you in at a really young age?
I mean, like from my family, cricket, they've always loved cricket, and I think it just naturally came with obviously my dad playing. I always used to go with my dad and watch him play, and then I think I always wanted to play as well. So I think that just naturally came in, just with family playing cricket and just surroundings as well.
Can you share some highlights from your experience representing England in the under-19s World Cup?
Yeah, so in the World Cup, I was hoping to get a couple more runs following up from the India series where I got a decent amount. But main highlight was pretty much a 50 against West Indies, where I probably should have went on and got 100. But I think just representing England at World Cup and just getting to 50, I think is just a massive achievement. And hopefully in the future, where the dream is to play for the main England team can come true, and I can score a lot of runs there. But I think, yeah, that was the main highlight for me in the World Cup.
What were some of the key lessons you've learned from competing in the international level at such a young age?
I think for me the main learning, I'd say, was obviously like from the India series where I scored a lot of runs, and then coming into the World Cup thinking I've got a lot of games and I can score a lot of runs here. But I think to get there and to finish the competition that quickly, it was incredible, like how quickly games went on. I was hoping to pretty much to get a couple hundreds in there, get a lot of runs, but if I look back at it now, I went in one game where we needed 10 to win. I went in one game where I was on about 5 and then it was rain delay and the game got called off then, and then the last game where I unfortunately got out handled ball. So I think when I look back at it, I had two pretty much main innings where I could have had a significant impact. But yeah, it's just about when you get in, trying to make the most of it and trying to score as much as runs when you're in, and not relying on other games, because we had 5 games and I had pretty much 2 games to get as many runs as I can. So it's pretty much just taking what you got and also not relying on the different innings.
For youngsters out there who are looking in and probably haven't got that much experience of cricket but want to get into the sport, cricket can be quite demanding in terms of the training and the amount of input that you have to put into it. Could you share a little bit about how you balance your cricket commitments with your personal life and also with any academic commitments that you have?
I think till now, like obviously I had school and college. I tried to always stay on top of the work so that I could have as many days as I can with cricket training wise or playing wise. But for me, I think when I got that contract, I think that's where it meant where I had to put a lot of hard work into cricket, and that's when as a professional, cricket's like your main priority now. So I think for me it's just obviously put in as much as hard work as I can, trying to balance obviously cricket with everything else. But I think for now at this age, I think for me cricket is the main thing for me, and hopefully in a couple of years where everything goes to plan, then I can obviously a lot of things will come into life once you get a bit bigger into cricket. But I think to get to that stage, to get to where the international cricketers are, I think the hard work is where you have to put everything in. So I think for young players, I think hard work is the main thing, but I think it's to enjoy like the sport, enjoy the moment when you're out there, when you're scoring runs, when you're playing with your teammates. I think that's the main thing. But I think when you enjoy the game, when you're enjoying your success, when you're enjoying the team's success, it suddenly becomes a brilliant game to play, and you want to keep on playing that game. So I think the main thing for me to give advice to young people would be obviously to put in the hard work and to put in the hard yards as well. But obviously when you get onto the field, when you're playing out there, is to enjoy your success, and also just to look back on the hard work you've done. And I think the game and out there is where you show people what you can do.
And are there any aspects of the game where you feel you've really improved on since you started, especially since you played it for England in the under-19s?
Yeah, I think like if I look specifically, I think spins come like a massive factor for me, like improving my game against spin. I think we went to India for a couple of weeks and had a lot of good spinners, and just playing in them conditions for a couple of weeks, facing good spinners out there and scoring against them in match conditions is a lot of confidence. And I think you just take that confidence on and you keep working on your game. Could never just sit back on one thing you've done. There's always room to improve and always things you have to do to get better. So I think that's come on nicely, but obviously there's still a lot of things that I have to do, which just comes on with a lot of hard work again.
So who are some of your cricketing influences, some of the people that you've looked up to, your idols, who have kind of influenced the way you play the game and also your mindset as well?
I think like for me, the biggest person I'd say that that's impacted my game and also like helped me a lot is my father. I think he's been with me since I was 3 and he's still with me now, and he's basically he just knows my game inside out. I think the amount of hours that we've spent together training and just training together, and him even coming to my games and watching pretty much every ball that I've played, he's just known a lot of things, and he's the person that I'd go to if I'd feeling down, if I think something's wrong, and he would come to me if he thinks something's wrong in my game. And I think that connection that I've built, I think not just through as a father but as a coach as well, because he's given me so much since I was young. I think it's just unbelievable. And I think coming to cricket idols, cricket heroes, is I think for me was the main. Growing up with Sachin Tendulkar, I think just watching him play, watching how he played pace, how he played spin, the amount of runs he scored, I think is just a great, unbelievable cricketer. And I think I always looked up to his technique and his style, because I felt like I was the closest to him. But I think nowadays, if you look at it, there's so many great players to watch for, and I think when I on the telly and just watch cricket, is just I'm picking out the best things from the best players in the world. So it's just good learnings from when I'm watching cricket.
And currently, obviously, the IPL is on. Could you share a little bit about your long-term goals, both on a national and also on an international level, looking at some of the players that are playing now at the IPL level?
Yeah, I mean, the IPL is a brilliant tournament, probably the best T20 franchise in the world, and it's really good to see the amount of young players that have coming in through, not just through India, but around the world, through franchise cricket, through other countries, playing at such a younger age. So I think that's a good confidence for not just me, but anyone young who's looking for T20 cricket. But I think for me, the main priority is playing for England and trying to make that dream become true, which I'm really confident about. And obviously, it's, again, like I said, hard work. If I put in the hard work, if I put in the performances, then I think franchise opportunities, IPL opportunities come through naturally. I think you don't want to really go out searching for them. I think you have to just try to put in the performances that you have, trying to make an impact with the bat, ball, whatever you do, and then I think naturally a lot of opportunities come through.
And talking about improving the game and also having that mindset that you need within cricket to be resilient, how do you think you handle pressure situations and setbacks that you may face throughout the game? What is it that keeps you motivated, keeps you focused within the game?
I think for me, like setbacks, like failure in the game is normal for me. I think, well, I'd say normal, but it's part of the game, I'd say. There's a lot of bad days in cricket where you don't score runs, but I think it's about trying to put the bad days away and trying to stand up to a new day for me. I think when something bad happens, it's how you get up and how the next day doesn't affect what's happened. So I think for me, like I'm naturally like a calm character. I think there's a lot of people out there that sometimes when they get out or when they have something not go their way, they could be angry, they could be frustrated. But I think naturally I'm a calm guy, calm character, which helps me a lot. And I think even religion for me, I think is brilliant, like in how it impacts my cricket as well, just with the peace and calmness I get throughout that, the way I have to do my rituals, I have to pray and stuff, and I just feel calm and collected by doing that, and I think that impacts my game again. When it comes to like bad days, tough days, I think I still can get over that pretty easily. But I think when you get into the game, when you're playing consistently, when you're playing at the highest level, like international players, then I think it's important how to cope against this, because it could easily impact your game and impact your future if sometimes poor performances could impact your future as well.
And obviously today we're at an iftar event here at Edgbaston. So you've been fasting. How difficult has that been for you, obviously being a player and also playing at the same time?
Yeah, I think for me, like when it started, I knew cricket was going to be like part of it, and I never really felt like I was going to let cricket affect that, and I wasn't going to let my fasting affect cricket as well. So I always, regardless of if I played, if I trained, if I had to do gym, if I had to run, I always was going to fast, and that was my belief that if I fasted, like I was never going to let anything make fasting as an excuse in a way. So I mean, if I had to do a run, if I had to gym, if I had to do fitness testing, if I had to even go out play cricket for a couple of days in a row, that would just be a challenge for me, and I had to accept it. But I wouldn't like, my main priority was obviously cricket as well. So I had pretty much a plan where fasting was there, and obviously I had to do it, but my cricket was there as well, and I was going to play like it was a normal day. It was normal. But I think fasting it comes with obviously self-belief that you could do it as well, but I think experience as well. I've done it for last 2 years, where in England it was a lot easier. But yeah, it's been really good, and even the Ramadan indoor league has been brilliant. From what I've seen, it helps a lot of young players that want to play cricket at this time. It helps them to love and play cricket as well, not just put it away for a month because we're fasting, but what Warwickshire and Edgbaston have given the facilities that people can play at 9, 10, 11, 12 o'clock in the evening, and giving up that facility, the indoor centre, for a lot of young people that want to play and love cricket. Given that opportunity for them to do that, it's been really, really good.
Finally, what advice would you give to aspiring young cricketers, especially those who want to follow in your footsteps, playing to represent their country and also representing their country at the highest level? Yeah,
I think for me, I'd say obviously you have to love the game. That's where the passion and that's where the hard work comes from. It never comes from anyone else telling you to do something. It always comes from yourself. If you want to do something, if you want to perform at the highest level, if you want to be there, I think it comes in within yourself, and I think that just naturally takes over performances as well. If you're putting in the work, if you're putting in the work ethic, if you're putting in the yards, then I think today, not tomorrow, then performances will come your way. But I think for young cricketers, it should be like, I'd say they should just focus on themselves and how they could improve. I think for me, it's just been, I've always thought about how day in, day out I could improve things that I need improving, or I need to do better. So I think for me it should be not trying to look at others, or not trying to look too far ahead of yourself. Always trying to think about how you get better, how you want to improve, even if it's that 1%, still trying to get better, not trying to stay at that same level. But I think that's probably the main thing, and then hard work, and obviously just enjoy yourself when you're out there.
DESIblitz.com.